Hi, and welcome to Julie's weekly mindsets episodes on how to tap into your untapped potential. I have a strong belief that doesn't matter how much success you have or you have so much untapped potential. And just if you expand your awareness and if you know how to master your emotional intelligence, if you understand your emotional intelligence, you can achieve so much more, but with less stress and anxiety. And this is what my podcast is about, is to help you understand who you are on neurobiological level and help you to understand that emotional intelligence is far more important than your intellect, because if you don't know how to master your emotional intelligence, you just don't have full access to your intellect. That means you will never live to your full potential, you will never experience these levels of joy and happiness in your life. So today I want to talk about awareness. And as John Rosenberg says, choose awareness, not avoidance, as approach to your life. So many of us are sleepwalking, always doing and never aware of their present moment now. Paying attention is being present. It is a skill you can practice. Majority of people are not present, so they wake up and immediately start thinking about past, about all the problems, all the emails they have to answer, about the angry boss, demanding spouse, challenging children. What they do, they automatically turn on neural circuits of the past experiences, thinking and feeling in their brain. So then they make decisions based on the same thoughts and same memorized emotions. So, for example, before you go to work, you already rehearse in your head how annoying is your boss or your colleague. How annoying is your husband because he leaves things everywhere. How your kids are driving you crazy because they never clean their bedroom. And so, what happens neurologically and biochemically in your body before you even arrive to your work and you have conversation with your boss, for example, you already pre-planned how this conversation is going to go based on your past emotional experiences and rehearse you have done in the morning. So what people don't understand that other people just reflecting back to them their behavior, like in the mirror. And because you already rehearsed in your head how your boss is unfair, mean, annoying, guess what happens? He reflects back to you your behavior, and it just reaffirms your negative thoughts and feelings. And it may be true that your boss, your spouse is annoying, mean, unfair, but if you change your attitudes, your thinking and feeling, not pretending that he's amazing, but acknowledging that he's challenging, coming from your heart, and instead of rehearsing how you don't like him or her, you rehearse compassion, gratitude, because you don't know why your boss or your spouse is this or that way. Most of the time, it is not because of you, but something in their life they can't control. So, if you do that, their behavior towards you will change. This has been proven so many times. I work with a lot of clients in leadership roles, and every time it works. Now, looking at human brain. So inside of your brain, you have a higher cortical level of function that deals with thriving, and you have lower subcortical are involved in surviving. The thriving area is primarily the prefrontal cortex or forebrain, also referred to as executive center. The survival center, which is support subcortical level of the brain, is the limbic system, and it includes amygdala, fight or flight response system. So we need both systems in our life to thrive. The trick is they need to be in balance. Sympathetic system, we refer to it as flight or flight, and parasympathetic system, we refer to it as rest and digest. So when one of those systems is out of balance, our brain and body goes out of homeostatic state. And if you stay in it for a long period of time, You will experience all sorts of disease, cancers, and autoimmune conditions. Those systems go out of balance when we have unbalanced perception about something, when we don't want to see downside to the upside because we are only seeking for pleasure and immediate gratification, and we don't want to see upside to the downside, trying to hide and avoid. So if you want to have coherent brain and coherent heart, in other words, if you want your sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system to be in balance, and restore homeostasis in your brain and body, you need to train a skill of presence. You can develop the habit to be present. You can connect to your future through elevated emotions of your heart. So if you don't have what you want, there is going to be an emotion that you are avoiding to feel, and that emotion is blocking you. Emotions are associated with bodily reactions that are activated through neurotransmitters and hormones released by the brain. Feelings are the conscious experience of emotional reaction. So your emotions are records of the past your brain memorizes. These emotions try to get you back to present moment. And emotional baggage that you experience, such as frustration, sadness, helplessness, anger, shame, vulnerability, embarrassment, disappointment, resistance, resentment, are nothing more than your unbalanced perceptions about reality. I think majority of people don't even realize they have those emotions because they have been feeling this way for 40 years. And it's so familiar that if they don't feel that way, their body is craving for those familiar emotions of the past, even if it's very harmful to them, and it just becomes like a drug because our mind loves what is familiar, and our mind doesn't care if we consciously like it or not. So now there is three types of stress: physical, so that's the injuries; chemical, which are taking drugs, including medical drugs, and food poisoning; and then emotional stress. So that is your unpaid mortgages, loans, divorces, job losses. Now, when you have unbalanced perception about the event and you are refusing to find upside to the downside, you narrow your focus, and we call it conversion focus. Your heart starts to send incoherent messages to the brain through hormones and neurotransmitters. Your brain will interpret what the message heart is sending and will respond back with more hormones of adrenaline and cortisol to prepare your body for run and fight because it perceives there is a danger. The paradox of the brain and mind is that it doesn't know if it is past or future, it only understands now. Therefore, you are always experiencing the same emotional triggers in your life from the past. Consciously, you are 30, 40, 50, 60, but your mind emotionally is somewhere in the past, maybe when you are still 5, 6, or 7. So you activate fight or flight system without even realizing it. Fight or flight response system plays important role in our lives, like when we need to run from fire or tsunami, when there is real danger, physical danger, then it plays very important role. We need it. But this doesn't happen very often. More often, we try to run out from our workload, from our spouse, from our kids, from our bosses, from traffic, and so on. So then this primitive brain system is not working for us in our modern world. And this is where all your diseases are coming from. And we know in neuroscience, it's been proven that only 2% of disease are genetic. The rest is the product of the environment. So your body is giving you feedback to get you back to present and wants you to pay attention to your emotions, to read the message they want to tell you. So, eating, drinking, exercising, overworking your emotions is only going to make it worse. Since emotion is energy in motion, it must come out one way or another. Now, when you connect to your heart, to your intuition, instead of your gut feeling, your gut instinct, which is your gut instinct, it's your unbalanced perception, because animal instinct always seeking for pleasure, avoiding pain, always seeking for immediate gratification. So don't misunderstand gut instinct with your intuition. It's very two different things. So when you connect to your heart and balance your perception, that means to find upside to the thing that you perceive as a downside, and also to find downside to the thing that you perceive as upside. You are present. You see both sides, you open your heart, and you come from a place of love and gratitude, compassion, inspiration, empowerment, freedom, even when things don't go your way, because you have deeply rooted belief that everything is available to you in other way, that it is right, and it's in the way that is right for you. If you know how to ask and handle rejection, you are not worried what others think of you. You know that there is infinite possibilities. In other words, if one door is closed, another door will open. You are just certain. So your executive center, your prefrontal cortex, as opposed to the desire center of your amygdala, is connected to your heart through hypothalamic and autonomic neural pathways. In other words, if you open your heart, you will activate your executive brain, thinking brain. If you close your heart, you will activate your primitive fight or flight amygdala brain. I hear this question very often from my clients. How do I open my heart? How can I not think about all my problems when I wake up? Here is what you can do. First, when you wake up, you can put empowering songs on your ringtone. Then you can ask yourself, how can I feel more gratitude today? And what I am grateful for now? Because the truth is, when you wake up, there is no angry boss or emails. It is just you and your heart. So feel it, practice it, and it will become effortless. It is a skill. Second, practice 15 to 20 minutes meditation and ask yourself questions coming from your heart, feeling elevated emotions of love, gratitude, joy, empowerment. Like, how I want to be with my spouse today. How do I want to be with my kids today? How do I want to be with my boss today? How do I want to experience my day today? What thoughts I want to think today and what thoughts I don't want to think today? And you can practice meditation sitting in your bedroom, or you can go for a walk. It's really up to you, but take this 15, 20 minutes every morning. It's the best time to prime your brain how you want to experience your day, because you move from night neurotransmitter melatonin to day neurotransmitter serotonin. So that's a perfect time of the day. Third, make decision to allow yourself fully feel your feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. It is about choosing awareness and not avoidance. Feel them, accept them, and let them go. Emotions are released from our body within 90 seconds. Now you created space for a new emotion to come. And fourth, make decision to teach your body emotionally how you want your future to look like. Remember, it is about emotions, not logic. Thought is intention, and emotion what drawing the event back to you. So it is never about money, for example. It is about opportunities, and opportunities you attract through those emotions. Thought is intention, emotion is what is drawing event back to you. The moment to moment decisions you make impact your well being more. Did you speak up when you heard your coworker's sarcastic tone? How did you talk to your spouse or child when you were under a hard deadline at work? How did those experiences follow you for the rest of your day, week, or even months? If you are going to continue eating, drinking, exercising, Netflixing, shopping your emotions, they will just regroup and come back, and it will run down your immune system. Each symptom in your body functions within a negative feedback system, trying to get you back into psychological and physiological balance. But it is often misinterpreted as illness or disease, this the label. As a result, very few people understand that symptoms are part of your wellness instead of illness. They are guiding you back to your authentic homeostatic state, and you are ignoring them by taking drugs, which are making everything only worse. Anything you can't say thank you for in life, aren't grateful for in life, don't love in life, aren't enthused about in life, and not present with in life is likely to run your life until you balance it. Love it and be grateful for it. I have my big story to tell, but I can tell you one thing: I wouldn't change anything. I am grateful for everything that happened, including my pain from my childhood, including my three autoimmune conditions that I had and I healed, financial losses, separation, because I fall in love with my life, with myself, with my highest values. Because all those feedbacks helped me to bring more out of me and help me to become true version of myself. I have nothing to hide. I'm free of emotional baggage and society labels. There is a hidden order in your chaos, and everything is available to you if you ask yourself right questions and become present. When you quiet your mind, you will find inner guidance system that will guide you. If you open your heart, all we need is love. Only emotions of love can overcome fear and shut down primitive fight of flight system. So if you need help to balance your perceptions, if you need help to understand your emotions, if you want something but you can't get it, if you are stuck, if you feel depressed, book a call, go on my website www.infiniteintelligence.coach and book a free call and we can have free conversation.